Hello. What's up? Sorry, I forgot to change the title initially. It is we're doing deck reviews. There's no other no more bracket update. I forgot to change the title. I'm not good at streaming. Uh anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna do some more Patron deck reviews. This is gonna be the last deck review stream for October. And yeah, I'm just going to be going through. I don't know how many I'm going to do because I have a lot of stuff to do because I got something going on, which I will probably post about this at some point. But for now, let's just get into these deck reviews before I start rambling too much. Let's see who needs help with their decks. This one's kind of interesting. Okay. Architect, why not Moxfield? I actually have a whole YouTube short about that. The reason I use Architect is kind of weird and specific, and it is just because of folders. So I have no actual problem with Moxfield, except, yeah, let me go to Moxfield. So if I go to my decks, these folders can't be shared on Moxfield, right? There's no way for me to like share these. Now I know that there are bookmarks, right? And I can make bookmarks. So if I, make a bookmark, it's like this, which is basically a folder. But you can't put bookmarks within bookmarks. So my profile had to look like this to show all the different things that I wanted to show, which is really stupid. Because of that, I use Architect because I can go to my decks and look, here are all my folders, and then I can send just one link in the chat. And bada bing, bada boom, now you have access to all my folders. This is why Architect is better than Moxfield. Just for that one reason, is that I can organize my decks and show you in an organized way. As like I have no loyalty to any individual deck builder. It's just that's just one thing that they don't do. It's very annoying. Will I post my RAL list? When I finalize it, I'll post it. I haven't. I need to test with it a little bit more. Okay. On to what up, Matt? Okay. Let's move on. It's not promoting Architect propaganda. I'm not even saying it's better. It's just that it has folders. Anyway, moving on to this deck. So this person said they initially wanted to build a zombie deck. But they feel like they've strayed off the path of zombies, and they want to get back into that, add more zombie flavor, add more stuff like that to make the Necrobloom feel more like a zombie commander, which I feel like is a pretty easy fix. Getting to the deck doctor? Yes, getting to the deck doctor. Architect does let you drag and drop from Scryfall into the list, which is pretty useful. And yeah, you can sort, I can sort into the list. Now this is a pretty easy thing to fix. If you're worried you have too many lands things and not enough zombies, I mean, all we got to do is cut the lands things. Like Knight of the Reliquary is most certainly not a knight, not a zombie, excuse me. Aftermath Analyst is probably fine. Glisa is a zombie, so that actually works. We just gotta cut all of the these things. Tireless Provisioner? Get that out of here. That's not a zombie. It doesn't attack. Yeah, what up, Joe Brook? You were the one that asked for the drag and drop feature. Nice. I mean, I have no problem with people disagreeing with me on the hybrid mana thing. It's whatever. I don't make videos for everyone to agree with me. I make videos for things that I want to talk about. I mean, we probably leave all this stuff, right? Sorceries, probably leave all these. Just gotta add more zombies, right? Unless there's like a crazy zombie sorcery that I'm really missing. Do I play physical card MTG too? Yeah, almost exclusively. Don't get tireless, it's amazing. This person wants a flavorful zombie deck. The card is not a zombie and it's not flavorful. Honestly, this thing isn't either. Probably the Gitrog Monster in there because it's card draw. But this person wants flavor for an all-zombie fight with their friends. Now, one thing that could be kind of cool for your zombie thing is, ooh, it's something Genesis? Genesis. No. It's not that. It's a Skyfall. It has Retrace. It is mono green. Is this a bracket 3 deck list? I think it is. Formless Genesis. I was right. This actually does make zombies. This is, if you're making a Shepherd of Rot, definitely goes in the deck if you're making this deck for an all zombie pod. That is really funny. A zombie deck with Necroboom. I mean, Necroboom makes a reasonable amount of zombies, right? The Necroboom ain't no zombie. I mean, correct. It itself is not a zombie. I rarely tell people to change the commander of the deck. That's a pretty... that's something I don't do too often. Oh, man. Is there any other, like, green zombies? What's a green zombie? I guess we can find out. Is, like, Genesis a zombie? I feel like if you're doing all zombies or whatever, you can add some, like, green zombies, because there's probably not going to be that many. Ghoul Tree actually seems like an actual zombie you can play. Oh, I forgot Gerard is a zombie. And Lothal is like a discard outlet. Do you have Bajuka Bog? If you have Bajuka... Oh, not Bajuka Bog. Oh, no. This gives all your stuff Dredge, right? Okay, I guess this is something to think about. But if you did play Loth... What? Oh, Lotlith. My bad. Lotlith. So Lotlith Troll plus your commander plus Gitrog Monster, I guess, is a combo, which is something to think about. Because it gives all the lands in your yard Dredge. So when you discard it, it triggers the Gitrog Monster. It has Dredge. You can dredge the land back. I don't know if you want a combo, but that is a thing you can do. I feel like if you want to build like a goofy kind of like themed zombie deck for this like all zombie pod, we definitely want like Tato Farmer. We want under Realm Lich. Is that what it is? Under Realm Lich. I think those are good. You see Ghoul Colors Harvest in your 5-color Spider Spawning deck? Ghoul Colors Harvest. Create X 2/2 zombies with Decayed, where X is half the number of creature cards in your graveyard rounded down. And it has flashback, which is kind of nice. There's only 16 creatures, and I'm suggesting 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So this is to 20 creatures. Is that enough? That might not be enough. I do like this suggestion, though. I think we just don't have enough creatures. Because I do think you still want some of the land things to go with the Necrobloom, so you can, like, you know, get stuff going, but... I don't know. I guess I'll think about it. Zombie Infestation to discard cards to lands to dredge back. That could work. Cool with Corpse Knight is really ramps up pings. Yeah, that's true. I think, honestly, I do want to... I'm wondering... This is just this is Tayam, right? Yeah, okay. I feel like this deck would, at its current state, should make a reasonable number of zombies. Taval's Judgment. Whenever one more cards leave your graveyard, choose one that has been chosen this turn. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. My favorite card, I Still Explorer, yeah. I don't know, I feel like this is like a reasonable balance between land stuff and zombie things. Like, I think you'll make a reasonable number of zombies. I think you just gotta trim some of this. Like, Night of the Reliquary is like pretty slow, pretty grindy, very land focused. Kind of doesn't do anything for the zombie plane, you know? Underrealm Lich, yeah, so if you are running Underrealm Lich, Sylvan Library, if you don't know how this works, Sylvan Library is on your draw step, you draw 2 extra cards, and then you choose, and then you can choose like to keep all 3 of them, but you pay 8 life, or you choose 1 and you pay 4 life. Underrealm Lich replaces each draw with a look at the top 3, you put 1 in hand, the other 2 in the bin. So it lets you like basically look at the top 9 and add 3 to your hand, which is crazy. I guess it's worse than that, right? It's top 3, 1 in hand, top 3, 1 in hand 3 times, and you don't pay any life. It's like an insane card advantage engine. Also, Sylvan Library is just like a good card. Are there no artifacts in this? They have 1 Horn of Greed. Yeah, they're just playing Horn of Greed. I don't know if they need any other artifacts. Okay. That's a quick fix for this list. We'll move on to the next one. I want to get like a bunch done. I don't want to linger on too many because I kind of want to like get through a bunch of these for patrons before I have to end the stream. Let's see. This is a mid-range control artifact deck you've been working on for a while. How about another Abzan list? Tayam. So Tayam's pretty cool. I'll just copy the deck real quick. So Tayam's a really interesting commander. It's formatted for 3/3. Each other creature you control enters the battlefield with an extra vigilance counter on it, which is kind of cool. And then you can pay 3 generic, remove 3 counters from among permanents you control, put the top 3 cards from your library into your graveyard, then return a permanent converting mana cost 3 less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now, I am familiar with the fact that this Commander can do a bunch of combo things. It's potentially really powerful. Yada yada yada. Really great card. Honestly. This is like a hate bears list, which is kind of interesting. Right, we're playing like Eidolon of Rhetoric. We're playing Brina's like not quite a hate bear, but good with hate bears. Playing Archon of Emeria. Kudos in here. Lion Slash is kind of a hate bear. Very cool. I feel like overall this list seems pretty good. Now, they didn't give me a specific problem. They just said, you know, they want to like tighten up the list a little bit before building it in paper. Overall, I think this deck it looks pretty good. This looks to be a very well constructed deck. Trying to think of what I would change or what I would add. Hate Bears is such an interesting archetype. Just you know, off the top of my head, some cards like Unearth seem like they could potentially be really good in a list like this. Or what's that Abzan guy called? Oh, Carador. Yeah, I just remembered. Carador. Bracket? I think this is bracket 3. Or maybe it's for 2. I feel like this is probably closer to a 3, I want to say. Cards like Unearth are really great in a list like this. It's very, you know, low mana value. It hits almost everything in your entire list, I think. Really efficient. And then Carador is really great in a deck like this as well. It's just like a way to like kind of grind, get back things that you might want to sacrifice. Things like you know, Skyclave Evaporation might die and then you can get it back. Insidious Fungus, getting that back is really good. Archivist of Ogma, that's a nice one. Yeah. I think Archivist of Ogma is a good ad. What is the Hate Bears archetype? I've never heard of it before. It's kind of like a usually low to the ground aggressive deck that uses very disruptive creatures. So you play stuff like Archon of Emeria, which says each player can't cast more than one spell a turn. Non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. So this will like slow down your opponents, but you're not like a control deck in the sense that you're not playing removal. You're playing creatures that slow people down, and then you just attack them with the creatures. And then you want to break parity in some capacity with this. So Archon of Emeria says each player can only cast one spell a turn, but with your commander, you can activate this ability and remove 3 counters to kind of cast a creature almost. So it's a way to like get around that. So you're putting multiple creatures into play when your opponent isn't, and then you use that to like pressure their life total. That's kind of how Hate Bears works. Yeah, it's like stacks, but like creatures. It's not resource denial stacks or like land destruction stacks. Yes, generally, but that's how it works. It's like a creature deck. Now, the other thing that I'm looking at with this list, and honestly, the big thing with Hate Bears decks, is how many ways we have to actually win the game. So the thing about like a Hate Bears deck, as opposed to like a hard stacks list that like land destroys and locks players out of the game, it has like a clear win condition. In this list, you have Elish Norn, right? That's going to pump up your dudes. You have Brina, which like pumps up things. And then like, I don't know. What else? Where's our like oomph? Like where's the thing that does the damage? The thing about this is you're going to be pressured by like all 3 opponents. And because of that, you're going to need to take out people a little bit faster than you would in other lists. So what I'm looking for is like finishers, things that like continually pump your team or pump them a lot or something like that. Yeah, Kutzel is good here. I like Kutzel Hill, but we needed something to actually like end the game. I'm trying to think of like a good creature finisher kind of top end. Something that will let us like either maybe continually pump the team. Was it Drana? Nope. I should be typing this in Skyfall because I never. No, that's the wrong one. Other one. Yeah, here we go. All right. So Drana lets you, when it deals combat damage, you put a counter on each attacking creature you control. I think we maybe need like a few more of these. Yeah, Craterhoof is kind of the obvious one. It is a lot of mana, is the downside. But you could Craterhoof. It's kind of like a classic. I kind of like the some of the cheaper ones like Drana because it sort of works with the rest of the list. Chain of Smog, Witherbloom. Yeah, but the problem is doesn't that... It's difficult to assemble that combo when you have like an Eidolon of Rhetoric in play. Ooh. No, I don't want to randomly throw in Vorinclex. Loyal Retainers is kind of interesting. This is kind of cool. Ooh, Felidar Retreat? That might be good. Well, what's a creature that people would play with Felidar Retreat? Is there a creature that does something kind of similar? Sadly, a Nimpa Call cannot work in this. Pull this as a card. My voice sounds very clear in the new podcast. Did I change my setup? No, I don't think so. Nethway Apex to Death? Maybe. With all the... Yeah, maybe this actually is just good in the 99 as like a way to recover from like a Wrath. Because that's something you really want, is like to not just get hosed by a Wrath. Gix is also really phenomenal in this list. Maybe some stuff with poison counters? Perhaps. Yes, Devoted Druid and Centaur Garden does build the whole deck with Tayam, but this isn't a combo list, so. I don't think Hollyphant's going to trigger enough. I want something that really like pumps the team. It's like an efficient creature that really buffs the squad. This kind of works. Whatever, one or more plus and plus one counter. That doesn't work. Maybe I can find it a different way. Black, green. For a creature. Creatures get something. Mercurial Lord of Bones. Too slow. Too high mana cost. I guess we have Endray's Forerunners as well as like a budget Critter Hoof. Ooh. Righteous Valkyrie. Yeah, here we go. Commanders get +2/+2. Darian's pretty good too. Okay. Patrolling Peacemaker? Oh, they already have this on the list. Yes. Yes. Patrolling Peacemaker is already on the list. Good suggestion, though. Sigarda's Summons? Could you go with +1/+1 counters on the base power and toughness 4/4? Nah, I don't think we're triggering this enough. Tyvar the Pummeler. Tap another untapped creature control against indestructible. Creature to get +X/+X where X is the greatest power. Yeah. Well, I guess it'll give like the team +3/+3. Yeah, at worst. Okay. Yeah. This is what I'm looking for. All right, cool. Okay, let's find a few cuts. Yeah, let's find a couple of Cutter-Roonies. Abs and Ascendancy. I guess it's pretty good with the commander. It's kind of slow. I'm a little iffy on Carrion Feeder. Like, yeah, I get it. He gets counters. It's a 1-drop. It's efficient. But hear me out. You're not like an aristocrat stack, so there's not that many things you want to be sacrificing. Cut swords for funny on theme. Hold the line instead. Nah. Felothar? Did I spell that wrong? Felothar. Oh, do they already have this? They do. The Dawn of the Abs, it's already in the list. Our Loyal Retainers is good, but I think it's probably not good enough. I think we don't want Felidar Retreat. I'm going to unsuggest Creative as well. I'm going to unsuggest Nethroy. Alright. What else? Death Touch tap. Until end of turn, you may cast our creatures from your graveyard for foraging in addition to other costs. Okay, neat. Cool. Enters the finality counter. That puts counters, which is kind of cool. Honest Rustine. Return our creature from your graveyard to your hand. Creatures cost 1 less. Whenever the creature enters, put a counter on it. Yeah. Winding Constrictor. I guess it puts 2 vigilance counters, right? It's kind of funny. Tormel Seymour's Butler. Whenever a non-token creature enters with an additional counter, proliferate X times or X to the number of non-token creatures that enter this turn. Okay. Stronghold Assassin. Tap, sacrifice. Do you have a Royal Assassin in here? Am I missing something? Isn't Royal Assassin just like better? Why are we sacrificing a creature? Tayam reanimates permanents, not just creatures. Beastmaster's Ascension. Oh, Beastmaster's Ascension. Yeah. Yeah, it's just return a permanent. Man, this card is crazy. Craven the Hunter? I actually don't know what he does. Oh, is he already in the list? Did I miss him? Oh, I did. He's right here. Trample whenever a creature an opponent controls with greater power. Okay, interesting. Sure. Man, this is a tough list to make cuts for because it's kind of pretty well put together. Whenever this look at opponent hands, choose a type other than creature. Yeah, okay. What effects that work with modified creatures? Yeah, there are some good modified effects we could have. Soul Coil Viper. Sacrifice it. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Yeah, this is pretty slow. Sacrifice it. Creature can hexproof indestructible. Right, but that's what Spider-Man does. Sharp-Eyed Rookie. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, its power is greater than that or toughness. Put a counter on it and investigate. Sure. Overseer Vault 76. On that or another creature power 3 or less enters the battlefield under your control, put a quest counter on it. At the beginning of combat turn, you remove 3 quest counters from among permanents you control. If you do +1/+1 counter on target creature against it, this seems way slow. Holy cow. Yeah, honestly, it's hard to find any other cuts. Alright. Unearth, we can ditch. Righteous Valkyrie's kind of mid compared to the other ones we found. Okay, alright. Here's my final suggestion for this deck. Whoops. These, I think, are probably your easiest cuts. These 3. Maybe you could find 1 or 2 other things. Like, this one seems like it could be kind of slow, but if I'm wrong about that, then, like, maybe keep it. Or I'll put it here for now. And I would probably add, like, a few more things to like just have more closing ability, like the ability to do more damage, because you kind of need to kill people sort of quickly with hate bears, otherwise you're gonna get 3v1. So like Drana, I think is like a really high priority add. I'd say Beastmaster's Ascension is another really great suggestion. Tyvar is another excellent one as well. Like some amount of those, at least one of them. I really like Darien in this list. It kind of pumps your team, not like a lethal amount, but +1/+1's not nothing. And then it can protect like your tokens, which you don't make that many, but it is kind of useful, and he's a creature. I like Carador as like a recovery piece. Lets you just like rebuild your board, which is pretty nice. And then Gix for more card draw or Archivist. Archivist is a bit of a meta call, but Gix for more card draw could be really good too. Just cut 9 lands. I think we're good on the amount of lands. Anyway, so some amount of these I think would be like a good suggestion. Maybe cut these 4. But yeah, I think Drawn is probably like the big one I would add. I think this card's really good in this deck. Okay. Moving on, I think I'm probably gonna do like one more, and then I gotta run kind of a shorter stream. Here I'll do Zero Foxes. I think they're in the chat. Okay, so this is you're trying to trim down to 100 cards is the thing. So this is a 5-colored deck, and you're trying to play all the devoid cards, I see. So really we're 6 colors because you need colorless as well. Have you done? I did your Necron Boom list was the first one, Foxel, actually. We already did that one. Alright, so this is funny. This deck is funny. Don't get me wrong. You're playing a bunch of like bad devoid cards, which is great. I love this. I wish you were playing Ulamog's Nullifier. That card's funny. But you want some cuts. You want some cuts, right? Because you have 106 cards. We're looking to cut a couple of things. And narrow in on a strategy. Kind of interesting. So maybe one of my initial things that I'm looking at here is Ashnod's Altar. So Ashnod's Altar is a good Magic the Gathering card. Some even might say game changer worthy. But I don't know if it's a good Magic the Gathering card in this deck. Like, look at our curve here. Look at our curve. Look at this. 12 8+ drops. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a big amount of Eldrazi, big Eldrazi's, right? I don't know if this card's any good, especially because a lot of times you summon like Eldrazi spawns, which already sacrifice for 1 anyway. I don't know. I think Ashnod's Altar is like an immediate cut. If I just look at a random card like Ent Forerunner of Slaughter, no synergy with Altar, no synergy with Altar, no synergy with Altar, no synergy, no synergy. Yeah, we cut this. Kindred Discovery. And it's about to choose a creature type, and battlefield or attack, draw a card, sure. And it's weird seeing cards like Everflowing Chalice in a 5-color deck, but you do actually need the colorless mana. So it does make sense. 36 lands feels kind of low. I feel like I would want more lands, but it's okay. Slip Through Space? I mean, come on. I know it's a devoid card, but like, what does this do for you? Yeah, your Titans already have like Annihilator on them. They don't need Unblockable. Is this just a sorcery that makes 2 scions? Okay. I've never seen that card before. Search all over a basic land, reveal, put in your hand. Put it on the battlefield tapped. If you control a land named Waste. Funny. You'd cut Azlusk from this deck. Whenever Azlusk, the Swelling Scourge, or another colorless creature you control dies, get an experience counter. Creatures you control get +X where X the number of experience counters you have. Your spawns gain an Annihilator 1. I kind of agree, yeah. I feel like Azlask in the 99 of an Eldrazi deck is kind of mid, right? Especially because, like, the benefit of an experience counter commander is when your commander dies and you bring it back, you still have all the experience counters. But this isn't your commander, so when it dies, unless we're reanimating it with something, which I don't like, Artisan of Kozilek, I guess, you do just lose it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is a cut. That's ramp, baby. This is, yeah. All right, 3 more cuts. 3 more cuts. Garrick's Uprising. This card's so ridiculous. It cantrips by itself. Why? Why does it do so much? From Beyond, yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh, Etchers of the Chosen. And it's about to choose a creature type. Creature you control the chosen type gets +1/+1. Sacrifice a creature of the chosen type. Target creature you control against indestructible to end of turn. That one's pretty good. Yeah, it only works in the command zone. I agree. Most experience counter cards aren't that great outside the command zone. I do play the Boros bird one in one list, but like, it's not that good. It's just okay, and it brings itself back, which I think makes it better. Okay, if you want to keep all the Eldrazi Titans, I feel like we do want to maybe lower the curve like a little bit. So maybe like Ulamog's Crusher has to go or something. Just to like slightly, trim the curve so your deck isn't like super slow. Definitely not cutting any lands. I feel like you still might need more. This is a poorly constructed curve deck, but you would cut the game. I mean, I think this is meant to be like bracket 3, and it has, was it 2 game changers? I feel like this is a fine bracket 3 list. I don't know if I would cut Smothering Tithe, especially because this deck is so color intensive. Like, you almost need the color fixing from this card. Sylvan Tutor. Yeah, it's probably fine. Do we need all of the Ugins? Actually, maybe. You kind of want to include Joda to make yourself free with Morophon. Also, never really cared for Morophon. Yeah, I feel like that's probably like getting a little too lost in the sauce. I think Morophon's still fine in the list, just because like relieving your color problems is like pretty big. Did we cut Worldbreaker? Probably not. Spawn Bed Protector. At the beginning of your end step, return up to 1 target Eldrazi from your grave in your hand. Make 2 spawns. That's okay. Whenever you attack, choose odd or even. Usually the mana value can't block this turn. Each other creature you control has Bloodthirst too. Okay. I'm gonna just axe that one real quick. Man, they really went crazy with the mana costs on this set. Like, look at this. 1 in a colorless specific. And then it has kicker green and or 1 blue, which is crazy. Like, that's just so much stuff. You kind of want to include Joda to make all the... oh, I already did that. cut Lotus Petal, sort of Forge and Frontier. I sort of Forge and Frontier. Exile top 2 cards of your library. You may play them as a card. You know, actually, I kind of agree. I'm gonna say I'll leave the Lotus Petal because I'm gonna assume that they want to use this Lotus Petal. But I actually agree with the sort of Forge and Frontier because this is Impulse Draw. But here's the problem: is you're playing like 13 drops, so there's like a reasonable chance that you're gonna Impulse Draw, hit like some 8 drop, 10 drop you can't cast, and then you just lose Kozilek forever. Okay, and with those 6 cuts, I think we're at 1 hundo. I think that those are pretty reasonable. We go these to lower your curve like a tad. Sword of Fortune Frontier, I think, is just worse than it will play worse than it is. Slip Through Space seems useless. Ashnod's Altar doesn't seem very good in this list. And Azlask isn't as good in the command zone, outside the command zone. Ah, Viewbot. Get out of here, stupid Viewbot. Okay. I think that's it for this list. I think that's also going to be it for the stream. Slightly shorter stream than usual today. I got a lot of stuff going on today. Yeah, thank you all for tuning into the stream. I will be taking my first break since going full-time YouTube. So I will be gone the next 2 weeks. I need to get to work on scheduling out some videos and stuff to come out during that time. But yeah, I'm going to be gone, so no streams for 2 weeks. I'll probably, like, tweet about it or something. Yeah. But I will be back, and then I will do more Patron deck reviews. If you want to get in on stuff like this, link to the Patreon is below. You can join. If you're at the $5 or $10 tier, you're allowed to submit decks for this. Thanks to all my patrons for supporting me. I really appreciate it. Does this mean we can expect a new Deck Doctor thread soon? Yeah, I should... I will try to make one before I leave, because I don't know if I'll have internet access, but yeah. Will the podcast be uploaded to YouTube? Okay, so the podcast will have... I probably won't have the internet service to upload because of that. So I'm going to just upload like 3 podcasts the week I get back. So it'll be like a podcast every other day that week instead. And then I'll try and have 1 video out for the first week that I'm gone. And then the second week, it'll probably just be a few YouTube shorts. Yeah. I'll post, follow me on socials. I'll post about it there. You'll see what's up.